I'm listening to these people tell me you're going to jail because they're gonna frame you. Now, these are the people in my brain try to make me accept this falsified reality. Memories are being played with. They're doing some so much weird back and forth in my brain, which is them. And I'm like, bro, at this point, I'm like, let's go ahead and just start with this thing because that'll be the beginning of this trash reimbursement. But they're bottom feeders, right? Cowardness and low lifeness that's wanting to make me subscribe to this thing. Obviously they try to make me subscribe to this like Stranger Thing, and it's just, I'm looking at it, it's like I know it's falsified, but now they're like, oh, but because when I became celibate, I started like watching things that did not. This is stupid. I'm sorry. The battles I have in my brains, it's just it fits these people, the retardation. They're like, you're lacking. You're watching a lot of family oriented content, very wholesome content, and it was not like the typical thing that we watch, and that's because I was celibate. And like this people TikTok were doing their dance and things like that. I was like, oh, okay. It was like refreshing. It was just not. It just didn't take you anywhere. For me, at least, it would not take me anywhere that would break my celibacy. It was like wholesome, refreshing content. And now they try to change it into something else. Like, no, that's what you like. You like little kids, and then around that time, that's when I'm like, and give me this because I used to get this like refreshing, wholesome feeling like, oh, this is just to feel good, kind of like refreshing. It's not going to take me anywhere. It just it makes you just okay, good. And that's how I was able to maintain my celibacy. I was watching a lot of videos about like puppies, babies, and things like that. Everything I was watching, I made sure that was something that would not drive me in a sexual matter, right? And so now they're trying to go back in my memories and creating new feelings and sensations, right? At one point, they even said this thing, right? Listen, you thought that, and I'm going to be specific. This is how they rewire your brain and make you start thinking. Bieber, his wife is like this big model, right? Like maybe a supermodel, I think. And he's like, you thought she was very beautiful. Are you saying that I thought that this supermodel was beautiful? Yes, very, very beautiful. And because she's like, I don't know, she's young adults. I don't know if she's like 20, 21, 22 or something like that. They're like, oh, you see, you think she's this supermodel is beautiful. And they're like saying, no, wait, when you before then you start looking at kids, they're like, oh my gosh. Trying to make you subscribe to things, and they're like, and because when I was celibate, I will watch things that definitely do not make me feel any way sexual, and I watch content of people and of things that would not get me there. And this young people, this whatever, it was like wholesome and refreshing. I was able to be celibate for 5 months because of that. Never felt any better. And I try to find ways to change those feelings into something else, get you to feel different reality or inversions. And having these battles, which in my brain at this point I understand that's what they do. Now I'm gonna go through some theaters. It's gonna be horrible, but these people know this is they better enjoy being gods. This gonna come back. It's obvious. You work for entities filled with pedophiles. You are renowned for doing the pedophile type of torture. Not only you doing this to me, but you've done that to so many others. You literally conditioned my brain to think of kids in so many disturbing ways. You are torturing women and children. You cannot say Roy Moore, a man that was picking up kids. You are renowned for manipulating everything from memories to everything else. You try to play this femme fatale feminist group of strong, when in reality you just the trash. These perps, these entities have contracted. They're like, oh, I radiate. Like, listen, there's nothing that's yours. You work for these entities, and no matter what you do to me, I will never subscribe to your nastiness. And you hear them gaslighting me, oh, you bastard. And they use these kind of voices to kind of agitate me. This is supposed to be gaslighting methods, right? Well, I can look at this trash saying that's like, can you say Roy Moore? A rat more. These people turn red. Say, okay, you do the perfect type of torture, and this is what you're doing. And now you're going to my memories and manipulating it. I know who I am. I see what you're doing right now. You're just manipulating me to experience different disturbing stimulations, nasty stimulations. When in reality, these people would be like the kind of people who would drive me away from anything sexual. Hence, I was able to be 5 months celibate. So you gotta be strong. And the babies, oh my gosh, that alone should just explain to you. Like, look at these babies. Look at what they're doing. I used to watch like videos of like babies laughing and running around and playing with their dogs, and they'll be, that would make me feel good. And in a sense, like I feel like, like it warmed my heart. I was becoming emotional, like super emotional when I watched that. And now it's just disturbingness. They're nasty. And they're like, oh no, that we match it when you were a kid. And to them, this is like, they really think this is like, they want me to subscribe to this. I'd rather rot in hell than having to dumb myself down to this level and work for pedophiles. My death is not free. Huh? I can die in the bottom of the ocean. Trust me, your death is good. You'll be collected properly. And it's not just for me, because I know these people have done that to other people. Trash, cowards, and lowlifes. But they're just the bottom feeders who I pray for to be who I pray for to be reimbursed properly is the person who put me in this program. My blood is really on his hands. These trash are just the bottom feeders. They're gonna get theirs easily. It's just a matter of time. So stay strong and do not subscribe to these false memories.